And we need to talk about Kamala. Why do we need to talk about Kamala? We need to talk about Kamala because she used the horrific Christian school shooting in Wisconsin yesterday to call for gun control. And I don't know about you. I'm sure that many of my lovely body language buddies are with the Second Amendment of the United States. You like your guns. You don't want your guns taken away. I understand why you don't want even your guns registered in any kind of spreadsheet managed by the government, so they don't know how many guns do you have. That should be something private to you. And Kamala, which, by the way, looks a bit, should I say, effed up. I don't like to talk about people's appearance, but Kamala, it has been hard days. Maybe she could retire after this. I don't think that she's going to have what it takes in 2028. That is too bad, because I'm sure that so many people, 75 million to be exact, would like a second round. And as for me, I would like to see her. Right now, oh my God, no, she's looking really bad. But let's listen. Let's try to not look at her and listen to what she is about to say about this.
Look, as we hold our loved ones close this holiday season, we as a nation must renew our commitment to end the horror of gun violence, both mass shootings and everyday gun violence.
Yeah, she's absolutely sloshed. She's 100% sloshed. You see that she's, she didn't have that slow speech like 10 or 20 years ago. And sometimes in the campaign, she used to speak in a proper way. But in some, in some rallies, she began to talk in this cadence that, it's like you're slowed down. This is not slowed down. When something is slowed down, I make sure to tell you, this has been slowed down. This hasn't. I don't know who she was talking to, but this is the second part.
That touches so many communities in our nation. We must end it, and we must be committed to have the courage to know that solutions are in hand. But we need elected leaders to have the courage to step up.
Okay, step up. Elected leaders, you are not one of them, by the way. But let's talk about gun control. The fallacy that only having guns is the road to have violence. We can always talk about Switzerland. Oh, there goes Jesus with Switzerland again. What is Jesus with Switzerland? What does Jesus have with Switzerland? What two things? Cheese and chocolate. I think that's more than enough. More than enough. But besides that, there are a lot of guns in Switzerland. What Switzerland doesn't have is a mental health crisis. And this is a topic that we should be talking about. Okay? We have a mental health crisis in the United States. The shootings come from that mental health crisis, from a family crisis, from a society crisis, from a community crisis. All of that is important to address. I remember, by the way, when in Trump's first term, I remember that there was this discussion about bump stocks. And I said, what, those are trading stocks? What kind of stocks are those? And I didn't understand the concept. Oh, yeah, bump stocks, something that you add to a handgun so you can make the handgun automatic. Switzerland has this CERN. Yeah, but that is not a weapon yet. I remember the bump stocks. That was interesting, an interesting discussion. Oh, Trump took our bump stocks away. But if you don't know, it's this kind of devices. It's a very simple device that converts any semi-automatic gun into a fully automatic gun, which is, of course, a bit wild, right? So in that case, people said, oh, Trump is going to take our guns as well. No, no, no. I think that is the right of Americans to have. And I think that it's a great right. I always remember that one of the things that led to our downfall in Venezuela is that we handed our guns to the government in 2012. Okay, there's no way you can defend yourself from the government if you don't have guns. Oh yeah, and everybody and all these politicians and all the National Assembly in Venezuela were okay with that. That was just wild. That's not something that should happen. And this is the fallacy that these politicians like Kamala Harris are going to try to use over and over again. There are mass shootings. It's the gun. There's this quote that people say sometimes: guns don't kill people. People kill people. That is actually true. But so many American citizens that own more than one gun, maybe they own more than 10 guns and nothing happens. They're law-abiding citizens. Maybe they need it for their ranch. Maybe they need that for personal defense. It's okay. Everybody should have the right to own guns. And if you misuse guns, then you should be punished by law. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Why do you make it complicated? Because they want to take your guns away from you, as they want to take your free speech away from you. They don't want you criticizing the government. They don't want you having to show your ID when you're going to vote. You need your ID for many things, but oh no, we don't need to pass that law. I certainly hope Trump hasn't talked about that. Let's say that there are other priorities, of course, the border, the spending. But remember that 19th point in his policies, in his campaign, was securing U.S. elections. It's important, critical, to make elections secure by using only paper ballots, on same-day voting, making it a national holiday, and making sure that California counts the goddamn votes on the same day. Because, well, if any other country, if India can count all their votes in one day, then California can effing do it. Effing do it. Never bring a machete to a gunfight. Well, what if it's two machetes? What if it's two of them? CW. Have you thought about that? Maybe two machetes? No, but you can. No, I'm watching too many Marvel movies. Okay. So many ways our government trying to make us powerless. That is on point, Peg. That is on point. Governments want to make people powerless either by taxing them into oblivion, or taking your guns away, or taking your free speech away, or having a two-tier justice system, or making you afraid of standing up for what's right. That is the scheme, and the idea is to hold these governments accountable. I sincerely hope that Trump makes sure to make elections as secure as possible, because that is like a domino effect. It's like the transparency that the spending, we're going to be talking about spending right now, and especially how people are encouraged to vote, because they know that their vote not only counts, but if the politicians F up, either on purpose or by omission or whatever, well, they can be held accountable. But I would love to know, what do you think about this in the comments? Let me highlight your live chat